Yes. Hello, everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank you to be here today, attending this interesting conference arranged by WTN. I'm Gianluca Macchi and Sales Director of Konica Minolta for what is concerning the inkjet textile department. In order to give you an idea of what is Konica Minolta as a global company, I will, here behind me, you can see a few numbers about our reality. We are around 42,000 employees. We do sales and service in 150 different countries. We do generate an annual turnover, which is close to $10 billion per year. And we do generate this turnover, 24% of this turnover is in the Asian market, 20% is in the Japanese market. Europe is around 33%, and the rest, the remaining 23%, is in the North America. Konica Minolta is not operating only in the textile industry, but has several business units. The main important one is office automation service, as a copy, photocopy, scanning, and printers. Then we have the optical system units, the functional materials units, the healthcare, which is one of the latest one introduced by our company. And last but not least, we have the commercial and industrial printing business unit. We, as a textile department, we are operating in this particular business unit. As you know, Konica Minolta was one of the pioneers in the textile digital industry. Our first model was presented and launched in the 2000 and was a Messenger 2. And during these 20 years, we have achieved our latest product in our portfolio as a Messenger 8, Messenger 10 as a scanning print unit, and also the single pass unit SP1. Nowadays, we have more than 300 units up and running in the market. And the main market for our business, the textile digital business, are, of course, Italy, and especially the Como area, due to the very knowledgeable and skilled operator present in this area. Then Turkey and Pakistan, because they are one of the most fast growing digital printing market in the world. And then France, Portugal, China, and Japan are the other main markets. Our first model, produced 20 years ago, was able to have a productivity equal to 10 meters square per hour. The latest model we launched, the single pass, is able to produce up to 40,000 meters per hour. So let's say that within these 15 years, the capability of the digital printing inkjet technology has grown 500 times. To summarize just this brief introduction, Konica Minolta is one of the pioneers of the industrial digital textile world. And since the beginning, has always been working to achieve stability, repeatability, and quality. We are not only developing a machine in our business model, but as Konica Minolta, we do manufacture and produce more than 40 different types of inkjet printers, which are used in various markets and by various manufacturers. Recently, which is around 7 years ago, we just launched our textile specific heads, and nowadays is one with the best performance in terms of quality and durability. Konica Minolta do not only produce and develop printers, but also formulates and produce its own ink lineup. At the moment, in our portfolio, we have reactive ink, acid inks, and disperse ink, especially produced for the inkjet technology. 7 years ago, together with the launch of our latest printers, we launched also the single pass print technology, which is nowadays represented by our SP1. And at the moment, it seems to be one of the most advanced and in the world. Single pass technology is not only the only machine in our portfolio. We also have the multi-pass textile printer, and the peculiarity of our business model is that both multi-pass and single pass machine, they are equipped with exactly the same printheads. And this can guarantee the same quality from sampling to a very high production volume. We as Konica Minolta like to call this project as rethinking the textile business, and because we all know that the digital was necessary and a positive resolution for the textile industry. But in order to understand what was the best solution for the market, we have been listening and analyzing the market needs. So of course, textile has gone already digital since a long time, like a lot of my colleagues explained yesterday and also this morning. There are several advantages of the inkjet technology. There is the higher print quality. We can create small batches and customize product. We have unlimited variables and of course reduce the time to market, reduce the inventory, and make the process more sustainable. But as happens sometimes in the real life, there is always the flip side of the situation. And there are some issues which our customer, existing or potential, may have when they start to think if and how to digitalize their structure. First of all, the digital technology has a high cost of ownership. So the investment for the equipment is very high compared with the traditional. The price of the inkjet heads, the price of the inkjet inks, and of course, the service and maintenance fee is totally different compared with the traditional. This goes to create a high risk, which goes totally on the customer shoulders. And in fact, one of the main risks which customer can incur is the chemical and physical compatibility between heads and inks. Since nowadays, observing the market, we have seen that several solutions offered are made up by different sub-suppliers, which are part of the full integrated system. And this gives a problem of the liability for quality defects and damage in case of quality defect and damage, and it also create a difficulty in achieving and maintaining quality, the same quality and the same color as a repeatability of the process. We all know what is the fragility of the inkjet technology, because in order to prevent the life and the quality of the process, the inkjet technology must be installed in a special area, which have to be controlled from the humidity and temperature point of view. And they are totally special scenario compared with the traditional manufacturing plant of the textile producer. We also have the problem of the obsolescence of the system, which is much faster compared with the traditional one. These risks are also part of the inconsistency of the supply chain, because multiple suppliers composing the actual system on the market may create lack of logistics on a global service point of view, and also the possibility of quality issue and reduced shelf life. This is why we have think that the complex integration is one of the most important problems to be solved in order to help our existing and potential customer. This is why we have created our messenger model, which, as already said, is made by printed, ink, and textile printer, all coming from a unique single sources. It means that hardware technology and software technology are provided to our customer only from one single and unique supplier. With this project, we think we can help our customers to solve their pain points, the pain points we discussed before, providing a stable technology, because a unique source and unique window system by hardware, printed, inks, and also a multipass and single pass technology equipped with exactly the same printed can help the customer to reduce the risk, and also to help them to start thinking more about the digital printing technology. We, as a global supplier, we can also provide a consistency of the supply chain, even if today there are big problems regarding this particular purpose. Konica Minolta office is almost everywhere in the country. We have experience as a global supplier in the industrial market, and not only the textile market. And we are a single point of contact for pre-sales, sales, integration, installation, and even the service. This is why, together with our model, we have been started to arrange a proximity ink and parts warehouse in the main market, such as Europe. In fact, we as Konica Minolta Business Solution take care about Europe and Pakistan, Russia, and Turkey from sales and organizational, but also from spare parts for ink, printed, and machine. We can provide also an easy integration of high technical support skills. We have a printer can be integrated in line with existing modus, inlet modus and dryer. This flexibility of our system can help the customer in the situation of reducing the amount of the initial investment to be done. And last but not least, as Konica Minolta become 100% responsible for printed ink and printer. It means customer can reduce very much the risk of its investment. As I said, behind me there is the window which represent our idea of one window service by KMM. Everything is included in our offer. Even the number of the last 24 months seems to be give a reason to our project. 14 analog to digital transformation have been completed in the last 24 months, and 3 projects of digital to digital transformation have been completed in the last 24 months. And in this case, we have replaced existing single pass print engine with our print single pass technology. Inkjet advantage today are of course reducing the liquid waste, reducing water and power consumption, and contributing to reduce CO2 emission. So power consumption has been reduced by 57%, water consumption by 62%, and CO2 emission by 95%. But of course, this is not enough to help the market to become sustainable and to achieve the desired target. There are other problems which must be solved. First of all is the social responsibility, which has increased for the environmental burden of the supply chain. In fact, we all know that textile is one of the most pollutant market worldwide, and 20% of the industrial wastewater comes from the dyeing and finishing process of this textile industry. And again, there is a large amount of product inventory and unsold product which are squeezing the profit of our customer. In fact, the trends and top seller are unknown in advance, and market nowadays is becoming totally unpredictable on a medium long-term period. How we should all act to try and reduce this environmental load in order to help our customer. The current inkjet textile printing, not only for Konica Minolta, but for everyone, is made by different steps of the process: pre-treatment, printing, steaming, soaping, washing, and dry. So in this case, the investment for our customer is very large and is concentrated in the equipment which are very expensive, and they require a lot of manpower, and also wastewater treatment facility are become a must almost everywhere in the world. The future scenario, my colleague already anticipate me from different brands and different point of view, is to shorten this process in order to make try to achieve a water-free process and also help our customer to reduce labor and equipment cost. This how can happen? Only achieving a possible result, the desired result, by pretreatment, printing, and overcoating. What's the real nowadays solution offered by Konica Minolta? We are ready to offer to our customer an inline pretreatment ink, which has been developed and is under patent by Konica Minolta. We like to call this a chemical ink for one simple reason. We are able to fire this chemical on fabric using exactly the same print heads we are using to fire our ink. So the advantage for the final user are quite easy to understand. The pretreatment will go only where it's needed to be placed and not all over the fabric. And of course, this will help the customer to shorten the process and avoid the pretreatment and stock part of the actual scenario. The benefit by using this chemical, or if you allow me to call it ink, is a green and sustainable process, print promptly, and also a cost-saving energy. With nowadays, with what is happening around the world with the cost increase of all energy, is becoming a must every day. Our mission will always remain to listen and support the textile industry to accelerate the digital transformation towards a more sustainable world. Thank you for listening, and I'm available for any possible question.
Any questions from the audience?
So the ink that you mentioned, the pretreatment, is for reactive process?
At the moment, this inline pretreatment ink is available for reactive, but is under developing also the one concerned the disperse and the acid part of the process. Yeah, sorry if I forgot to mention before, but it's a very important point, and thank you for asking.
Any other question? Okay, I have a question from the virtual attendee. They're asking, what does the future look like for single pass in Konica Minolta's opinion? And are you seeing any trends emerging in that area?
Single pass technology is, of course, an important part of the business for Konica Minolta. And in my opinion, it depends from which market and which customer is wanted to develop a new technology, because there are certain markets where single pass will become the only possible solution, while there are other markets where single pass will never be the perfect solution because of different batch amount and volume needs, or there are so many things which must be evaluated before to take this decision.
Thank you. Last chance, any questions or comments? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.